regarding the cultural attaché consulate, we should say that their duty is to make bridge between the culture of two countries. So everything come under the name of the culture could be one of the case of this office. So, and especially when we talk about the culture, we talk about the nation, we talk about the community, we talk about some tradition, whether they are very for action or this century or very new, but belong to these people, you know. So regarding the common culture that we have between Iran and South Africa, we can find many. For example, respecting elder is one of the issue. We don't mostly take the elders or parents to that house for protecting them. No, majority of both of us, Iranian and South Africans, protects their elders in their house. Okay, they take care of them, look after them in their houses. Or for example, respecting others' idea. Or hospitality. Iran is one of the famous country regarding hospitality. Any tourist came to Iran, talked about as one of the first things regarding the Iranians, that they were very hospitable people. So the same I can see here in South Africa regarding the people here. So to make a bridge between two cultures, we can go under many titles. So one of the titles that we can talk about it is art. So exchanging the arts between each other. Last month, exactly last month, 5 from the Cape Town, 5 theater player went to attend a festival, art festival in Iran. So to have such a actually communication between two countries is very important. Or when we talk about the art, we can talk about some handicrafts. Iran handicrafts are so famous, and you have the handicraft here. So let's to put these together. For example, I talked with one of the museum here, and he was wanted me to do something regarding his museum. I said, okay, I can give you a space in Iran. Take your museum to Iran. 2 weeks in Tehran, 2 weeks in Isfahan, 2 weeks in Mashhad, different cities.
Sure.
So let the Iranian, thousands of Iranian to see what you have.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very important. The same could be happen for Iran. Iran can bring some of his museum here. So Ishaq said, oh, okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's we are going to finalize it. Or if we go to the high level of, for example, between two museums, we have the MOU between one of the famous museum here. I don't want to mention the name here in that interview, with the very famous one in Iran. Also, I had another meeting with the head of with the headquarter of the museum, and so we reached to a very actually as a headquarter MOU between the headquarter museum in Iran. So that's bring lots of more museum to reach to visit each other, and also to bring the staff of those museum to each countries. So it's very important to look at, to give this opportunity to the people of both nation, both country, to see all these monumental stuff that shows the history, shows the action of the people, shows anything, any cultural things. That's one of the MOUs that we are going to have. We are going to have more also. So Freedom Park Museum is one of the famous one, and actually it's in Pretoria, which is one of the capital city of South Africa. To show different parts of it, the richness of the gallery that you have here, some books that you have here in this museum, library part of this museum. So all these could show the richness of the culture of South Africa by the window of the Freedom Park. Okay, so it's very important. Yeah, when you talk about the handicraft, Iranian handicraft, it's, some of them belong to many thousand years ago. For example, rug or carpets. And making rug carpet comes back to many thousand years ago, not 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. Even we have some part of the carpet still we found it, so we have. So that's the art that mostly is actually has been done by the bowmen. So I remember last year, actually a group from the Department of Women, Youth and People of Disability from South Africa visited Iran, a technical visit that was. One of the places that they went, it was a factory or the house that they were building the carpet and rugs. And many times they were saying that moment was very, very monumental. I said, why? They said that because that was art, also peaceful moment with a peaceful action, and it could solve many psychological problems. So one of them even says that I like to understand and learn how you make rug.
Sure.
So one of the issues that in the contract between in the MOU between the Department of Women, Youth and People of Disability with Iran is to have around 10 factory of making carpet in South Africa.
Okay.
We came regarding this. Or another title regarding under that MOU comes back to the handicraft, to bring some Iranian handicraft here, to be a trainer here, to train the people here themselves independently to start to introduce it, make it, to build it. Okay, so it's very important. Before this century, it comes through the generation to generation, from father to children, like this. But in last century, and mostly in this 15 years ago, mostly we have lots of classes, workshop for these, or we can say some applied semester for these, for if some people who had his father or his mother does not know, or his grandmother does not know, so he can come and learn. So many nowadays they learn to build these things, the manufacturing of the handicraft, different carpet and different things. So, for example, if you go to Isfahan, city of Isfahan is a famous city, a tourism city, cultural city. So, in the bazaar, there's a ancient bazaar. So it's like a mall, but ancient mall. So, 100 shops that in the shops they make some handicraft.
Wow.
So even for 2 days, you cannot, if you just visit this bazaar, you cannot finish. Because more than 100 different handicraft in that bazaar. So people still like to continue these things, especially it comes back to heritage, their cultures, their history. So we are also supporting these things. Technology and heritage should come together. They are not conflict each other. They can help each other if you look at these two very well. So some techniques through the technology came and made it to be fast. So some new tools now we have to make this handicraft, or how we can produce it in a whole number, in a good number, very high number. So especially when it went from the houses to the factory. So many technology came beside these handicrafts, or these handicrafts, and helps them to be in a good number. Let me put the example of carpet. When you go to carpet, you have lots of plan of a carpet from the ancient time. For example, these 10 belong to that period empire, for example, Safavid period. This design of the carpet belongs to even before Islam, okay? More than 1,400 years ago. So during the history, new design, new plan of the carpet has been made. Also, some new color. You know, we have main color regarding the carpets and the rug, and new as a mixed color has been established. So also the new design, for example, nowadays the design or the picture sometimes they put in front of them and start to make the carpet is a many technical or modern or postmodern maybe picture, and they just through that picture as example in front of them they start to make a carpet. Every period of the empire that we had has something new. They add something new. So now exporting the rugs and carpet, Iranian rugs and carpet is one of the top expert of Iran out of oil. Oil is the one. You talk about the oil.
Sure.
Yeah, but out of it, one of the in the highest level is a carpet exporting carpet. Yeah. You know, we had a famous sentence in Iran that was saying that you cannot find any Iranian without any art. Not to be an artist.
Sure.
Yeah, especially on the action. I mean, nowadays many disciplines started to be come to the country, but it was like this. Generation by generation, some art has been come to new people, to youth. Yeah.
You mentioned theater. How many theaters would Tehran have as a city, and what?
A lot.
Which ones can you think I should visit?
Theater, cinema, many. I think more than 50 we have in Tehran.
Theaters.
Theater and cinema, both.
Okay.
I don't know the exact number of each side of the cinema and theater, but a lot in Tehran is a lot. Yeah. For example, that group that I said that last month they went to. Actually, they went to Yaz, another city of Iran. That was the festival of the theater for kids.
Okay.
It's special for kids. So every year we have the actually a fair for the theater every year, and we just see the works of the theaters of that year, last year, and they come to the achievers of the year. So this is something like this we have every year, both regarding the cinema and theater. We are looking for these. We are planning for this, but something new that we are maybe after 1 month we have it is a group of musicians that we are coming here. Theater maybe for some months later, but we are still looking for this. Yeah, that would be a good opportunity. First of all, let me just thank South Africa and especially the government and ANC for letting us, because last year they were hosting the BRICS and they were so helpful for and supporting us to be a member of the BRICS Plus. So from this year, 2024, we are in the BRICS now. So, and regarding your question, if you look at the member of the BRICS, you see that most of them, even maybe all of them, has a good history and heritage, actually treasure that they have. And also the idea in the BRICS is that to support our history against globalism by, for example, American or some Western culture. So for BRICS it's important to have his culture and history And these things, you know, so these countries is like this: Iran, China, South Africa, India, Russia, all of them, they look for their culture. And they think that even there are different culture, but they can come to coexistion. Yeah, it's very important to have the diversity, but at the same time, this diversity could be united. So a cultural independency union, we can say, we have here. And this diversity can reach us, not to come to fight, not to say that culture should come over and control other culture. The idea of the Western is like this. Mostly they do like this, even they don't mention it. But in the BRICS, it's not like this. They look at it as a brother. So it's very important here. So through this, we can do lots of cultural things. Exchange of skills, bring the artists to have a joint program. Many things could be happen. So we support this idea of BRICS, and this is one of the reasons we came to BRICS. You know, when we talk about the election, it comes back to the right of the people. And when we say the people, every people, no difference between man and woman. So after the revolution, Islamic Revolution of Iran in 1979, we said all women should come. They have the rights, the same, no difference regarding these issues. So we, at the same time, we don't force people to vote. You know, Iran is a very diverse country. Based on the whether religion, we have the Judaism in Iran, more than 2 or 3 thousand years. They have their actual worshiping place, temple, what they call it, synagogue. They have the synagogue in Tehran, in other city. Or we have the Christians, whether the Orthodox, Catholic, and in this in last century we have the Protestant. So they are here in Iran, a member of Iran, Iranians. So we have the Zoroastrian, which is that was the religion before Islam to come to Iran. So we have all these religion in Iran from many years ago till now. They exist. So they can vote or not. Like the Muslim can vote or not. Or even among the Muslim, we have our Sunni brothers and Shia, both. So even when I mentioned, for example, different religion, even they are very minority, and maybe if they all of them vote, they cannot have a one representative in the parliament. But we say, as respecting minor religion, we say you can have one. Every religion can have one representative in the parliament. Look at this. The number is few, some of them. Very few. If 100% of them just vote for a person, they cannot come up. Yeah, but we said no. Minority, look at them in a different view. So every Christian have one member of the parliament. Judaism has. Zoroastrian has, so different. So as again back to the first sentence I mentioned, the election is the right of the people. Voting is the right of the people. And thanks God, alhamdulillah, we had more than 50 election after the revolution. So last week we had the parliament election. Yeah, on Friday we had the election, and people were free to come and to vote. And it's finished somehow. Some provinces, some cities, they went for the second roll, but majority it's finished. Majority of the city has been finished. So election is an exercise of having people to actually commit their duty regarding their society and community. That's it. And as you said, the South African going to, after 2 months and a half, is going to have an election, and I hope that you will have a wide number of votes here regarding here. And also, I like this the idea of the revolution here to be against the apartheid. To be against the apartheid, maybe on that time was the apartheid of South Africa, but now your brand of being against apartheid, of being against any oppressor, and the job that you have done regarding ICJ, it was a very, very good job. Why? You supported your brand.
Yes.
You supported your history. Yes. You supported your spirituality.
Yes.
This is your brand. As a foreigner, before to come to here, I was knowing Nelson Mandela, the revolution, to be against apartheid. No more thing.
Sure.
It means that the idea of Nelson Mandela is something that everyone knows.
Sure.
When Nelson Mandela says that one of his famous sentences that our freedom will be not complete except the freedom of Palestine will be done. Yes. What does it mean? He looked at the freedom, not something just restricted to that area.
Sure.
Freedom is for the people.
Yes.
All the people are our brother and sister. So if you have 5 brother and sister, you say, I just only want freedom between 2, not the 3rd? No, it's not right.
Sure.
So people are just, the children of Adam and Eve, they are from one blood through the generation.
Sure.
And this family tree is one tree. We should support it. If we have some illness of oppression, of apartheid, we should go and do some surgery.
Sure.
This surgery sometimes with a knife, but the result is what? That family tree will be cured and will be a healthy tree.
Sure.
So we support the idea and filing the case against the Zionists regarding what happened as a genocide in the Palestine. We don't look at these people, who are they, what is their religion. No, it's not different. Oppression is the case that you should look at with the eyeglass of the oppression.
Sure.
Where there is oppression, you should be beside the oppressed people and against the oppressor.
That's correct. Yeah. Oppression is a crime against all humans on earth and above.
Yes.
Mostafa, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.